Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden within your favorite company's filings. And today we've got Bentley Systems with a little something to announce that's going to put some cash in your pocket. So Bentley Systems, the folks behind all sorts of engineering and infrastructure software, are giving some love to their shareholders. They've announced a dividend, which is basically a way for companies to share their profits directly with their owners, the people who own their stock. Now, this dividend is for their common stock, both Class A and Class B. It's set at 7 cents per share. It might not sound like a lot, but if you own a good chunk of shares, it can add up pretty nicely. This dividend news is hitting the wire on September 12th, and it's going to be paid out on September 30th to everyone who owns a share by September 23rd. Pretty straightforward, right? They're publicly traded on the NASDAQ, so this kind of announcement is pretty standard stuff when they're distributing profits. What's really interesting about this filing isn't a deep dive into their quarterly financials, which we often see on these 8K forms, but rather this specific announcement about the dividend. It's a signal about their financial health and their confidence in future earnings. When a company declares a dividend, especially a consistent one, it suggests they're generating enough cash to cover their operations and still have money left over to return to investors. This particular filing is a Form 8K, which is used to report significant events that shareholders should know about in a timely manner. Things like mergers, bankruptcies, or in this case, dividend declarations. It's like a bulletin board for the stock market, keeping everyone informed. Now, while this filing doesn't give us the juicy deep dive into their balance sheets and income statements like a 10Q or 10K would, it does reflect the company's current financial standing. By declaring a dividend, Bentley Systems is essentially saying they're doing well enough to share those profits. This is a good sign for investors, showing that the company is profitable and willing to reward its shareholders. Think of it this way. If you run a lemonade stand and you're making a lot of money, you might decide to take some of that money and buy yourself an ice cream. Bentley is doing something similar, but instead of ice cream, they're giving a bit of their earnings directly back to the people who helped them make that money in the first place, their shareholders. The report is signed off by David R. Sharman, who holds the important title of Chief Legal Officer and Secretary. This confirms that the announcement has been officially processed and approved by the company's leadership after the declaration by the board of directors. The main other event here, as they call it in the filing, is precisely this dividend announcement. It's the primary reason for this report. They wanted to make sure this information, the dividend declaration, was made public promptly. And what's attached to this report as Exhibit 99.1? It's the actual press release containing the details of this dividend declaration. So the company's own communication about this news is formally submitted as part of this SE filing. Looking at this from a broader perspective, Bentley Systems operates in a critical sector. They provide software for the design, construction, and operation of infrastructure projects, from buildings and bridges to entire cities. In a world focused on modernization and sustainability, their business is inherently tied to growth. Companies that invest in infrastructure and manage their assets efficiently are the ones that tend to do well. And Bentley software is key to that. This dividend declaration, while a modest 7 cents a share, signals financial stability and a commitment to returning value to shareholders. It's a demonstration of confidence, suggesting their management believes the company is on solid ground and anticipates continued profitability. It's not a massive payout that will make anyone rich overnight, but it's a consistent, reliable signal that the underlying business is healthy. When we see companies continuing to pay or even increase dividends, it often means their revenue streams are stable, their costs are managed, and they're not facing immediate financial distress that would require holding on to every penny. For Bentley, this is good news. It tells us that amidst all the complexities of the tech and engineering world, they're managing their finances well enough to share the spoils. In conclusion, this filing is a simple but important announcement from Bentley Systems. They're paying a dividend, a clear sign of financial health and a reward for their investors. It reinforces their position as a stable player in the infrastructure software market. What's your take on this dividend news from Bentley Systems? Does it make you more optimistic about their future? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more regular insights into the corporate world. We also have a fantastic Discord community where we dissect these filings in even greater detail, so check that link out in the description below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next decode.